So what was your reaction when you get to TV and they go, right, here's this entrance we're going to have you do, and you hear the music for the first time?
Well, yeah. Well, I was like, is this really happening? Because you think, like, all these years they didn't want nothing to do with the vampire thing. And Vince McMahon himself told me he wouldn't use the vampire character. But I think, if you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there was a period of time there, and this is the period, where Vince Russo had creative control for 30 days. Do you remember anything like that? And he's the one that pushed it through because, like, after my debut, I could tell you about why, like, he got cussed out for me. So it was a little overwhelmed. They said, we're going to do a dry rehearsal, which is, you could do it without the crowd, you know, just no TV. And so we did it once, and they said, hey, the elevator shimmers. And I go, oh, wow, this is, like, super, super cool. But the arena was lit. It wasn't dark, and it wasn't as smoky and everything. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. But then I heard the music. And I was like, oh. First I thought, is this Possum Kingdoms by the Toadies? And because I gave them, they asked me about music, and I said, oh, I like the song Possum Kingdom. It's about vampires and stuff. And but I'm the only one who hears it, and everybody thinks I'm completely insane. But if you guys go and listen to Possum Kingdom, put the headphones on, listen from the very beginning through. Just tell me if I'm crazy later. You can send me a message on my social media or something. Because I hear it, and I think they took it and they just slowed stuff down, sped stuff up, and switched it around. But it's still a brilliant mix that Jim Johnson came up with. It's just amazing. And so we did that, came up, that was cool, and then now nerves are kicking, and you got a debut, and like, everybody seen the very first one I did? Did you see the one with Scotty Tuati? And I came out with the black leather jacket. Can you tell me what the hell I was doing with the blood? I think I was making love to the blood. I was like, oh, like, such a weirdo I am, you know? Like, the whole world knows I'm a weirdo, you know? Like, so I had to tone that down, and they got rid of the leather jacket, and by the second time I came out, it was just a white puffy shirt. So I was thinking about how to do all that. I'm trying to think about the match. I don't want to screw it up. It's just nerves, overwhelming. You go from, like, telling you they're not going to use you for a year, and not even being able to get a job in that company to like, you got the job, they tell you they're not going to use you, but then in a week later, they tell you they'll use you in 2 days, you know, and with something that you pushed that whole time that they didn't want nothing to do with. So you got you're questioning a lot of things, and a lot of things are going through your mind. And so it's time to go and go out. In the elevator, you had to get down like this, like crunch down, and you had to slowly rise up, and then the elevator would catch up and bring you up, right? So you had to time that out. So they told me the elevator has a shimmy in it, like when I did the dry run. They said, wait till it shifts, and then it'll come up and lock. So I said, okay. Well, all that's going on. I'm up. I see the fire up here, the smoke, and all the lights. It's dark. I'm like, oh. And I thought I felt that shift, that shimmy. So I go to walk. Good thing it was taped. I go to walk out the elevator, turn to walk through the fire, and that'd be my foot between the stage and the elevator, like, squashed. It was just there, smashed, and I had those boots on, so they were really thick, you know, and everything. So they probably kept me from losing my toes. So I'm standing in the fire going, hey, guys, I'm on fire. Like, I can't get out of the fire. I'm standing there going, what a debut. I just killed myself in the first day. Like, so I'm standing there, and then they back it off, and I pull my foot out, and then I go down the ramp, and then that's where that grizzled-ass walk came from. That, ooh, like, I could barely walk on that foot. Honestly, that's where that walk came from, like that. Boom. I mean, I was feeling the beat and everything, but that rough chop was because my toes were black and blue for like 5 months. Like, it was horrible. I didn't go to the doctor to get it looked at. I didn't even tell him. I didn't even want to put it over and get fired. Like, oh, you got hurt, you know? So, so down the ramp I went and did the blood thing, which I was all worried about, and that came across super weird. But it was cool. I still look at it and go, it was cool. I knew what I was trying to do, but if somebody that didn't know wrestling was looking at it, they'd be going like, well, this once was a porn theater. There's definitely something going on very taboo there, you know, so.